Sea breeze hum through the server's core. Annabelle's ghost in the air shore. Pixels fade where our loved ones gleamed. Post lament in the code's cold dream. It was many and many years ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabelle Lee. And this maiden, she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child and she was a child in this kingdom by the sea, but we loved with a love that was more than love. I and my Annabelle Lee, with a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabelle Lee, so that a her-born kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels not half so happy in heaven when envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabelle Lee. Annabelle Lee's ghost in the air tide, which is where our loved ones died by the sea. Her echo calls to me, whose love haunts eternally. Wave, wave, breeze, rave. In the server's hum, her face I see. Pixels bind us, never fly. Annabelle's ghost forever night. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we. And neither the angels in heaven above nor the demons down under the sea can never dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And the stars never rise, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And so all the night tide I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea. Her avatar lingers in the app's cold glow. Quick smiles flicker where shadows flow. No logout ends this endless stream. Rules love trapped in the digital dream. Annabelle Lee's ghost in the air tide, glitches where our loved ones died by the sea. Her echo calls to me, whose love haunts eternally. Grave, grave, in the server's hum, her face I see. Pixels bind us, never fly. Annabelle's ghost forever night. The wind still blows through the server's core. Annabelle's code on the ocean floor. Her eyes in the stars, her breath in the breeze, but the sepulchre locks her no key. Our headset hums with her ghostly grace. Every frame a torment, her face. No angels save, no demons part. Poet's curse chains my broken heart. By the sea I code her name in vain. Annabelle Lee in eternal pain. Chimes in the feet, a silver ping, likes and follows, joy they bring. But bells grow heavy, tolling dread, post clang in my head. Hear the sledges with the bells, silver bells. What a world of merriment their melody foretells. How they tinkle, tinkle, tinkle in the icy air of night, while the stars that oversprinkle all the heavens seem to twinkle with a crystalline delight. Keeping time, time, time in a sort of running rhyme to the tinted nebulation that so musically wells from the bells, 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 from the jingling and the tinkling of the bells. Notifications flood my screens aglow. Viral fame sparkles like the snow. Every ping a sleigh ride's thrill, climbing charts, bending follow swarm, my star ascends. Silver chimes never end, yet the ear it fully knows by the twanging and the clanging, how the danger ebbs and flows from the owl's chime and shadow grows. Bells of doom they ring, ring, ring in the feet where shadows cling. From the golden hive to the iron knell, post clang drags me to hell. Time, 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 strolling bells scream, cancels call, algorithms wrath my final fall. Soul, 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 no control. Bells of doom forever roll. Hear the mellow wedding bells, golden bells. What a world of happiness their harmony foretells. Through the balmy air of night, how they ring out their delight from the molten golden notes and golden tune. What a liquid ditty floats to the turtle dove that listens while she gloats on the moon. Brand deals blow, my image shines. Golden post engagement climbs. Every like a vow of love. From the crowd I'm lifted above, but the algo shifts a darker tone. Wedding bells crack, I'm alone. Yet the ear distinctly tells in the jangling and the wrangling, how the danger ebbs and flows in the chime shift. Terror grows. Bells of doom they ring, ring, ring in the feet where shadows cling. From the golden hive to the iron knell, post clang drags me to hell. Time, 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 trolling bells scream, cancels call, algorithms wrath my final fall. Soul, 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 no control. Bells of doom in chaos they toll. Hear the loud alarm bells, brazen bells. What tale of terror now their turbulency tells in the startled ear of night, how they scream out their affright. Too much horrified to speak, they can only shriek, shriek out of tune. In a clamorous appealing to the mercy of the fire, in a mad expostulation with the deaf and frantic fire, leaping higher, higher, higher with a desperate desire and a resolute endeavor. Now, now to sit or never by the side of the pale-faced moon troll to send their comments bite. Cancel wave in the viral night. Bells more fire and heavy and shrill. Paranoia's grip, intent to kill. Every chime a death knell's cry. Post fire burns, no reply. Hear the tolling of the bells. Iron bells. What a world of solemn thought their monody compels. In the silence of the night, how we shiver with affright at the melancholy menace of their tone. scars glitch in the camera's eye. AI purrs lies under neon sky. Claw marks on the screen, sobriety's thread. Black cat haunts the app, fill in my head. From love to loathing, the cycle spins. Pose curse in the code where the madness begins. For the most wild yet most homely narrative which I am about to pen, I neither expect nor solicit belief. Mad indeed would I be to expect it in a case where my very senses reject their own evidence. Yet mad am I not, and very surely do I not dream. But tomorrow I die, and today I would unburden my soul. My idiot purpose is to place before the world, plainly, succinctly, and without comment, a series of mere household events. In their consequences, these events have terrified, have tortured, have destroyed me. Yet I will not say that even for a moment the domestic felicity was disturbed. On the contrary, our temperaments were singularly alike, yet drawn from the same sources and by the same degrees. A love of the real, out of the material. But as my disease grew, the cat followed Pluto. This was his name, was his sole remaining companion. He went wherever I went, a shadow at my heels, but the alcohol twisted it all. One night returning home, much intoxicated, I caught the cat by the throat. He bit my hand and I took his eye, gouged it out and fury held. The sun had wept, but he loved me still. Phantom pain in the feet, walls close in the ASC's. Black cat's code setting me free. No trapping me. Black cat shadow glowing at the door. AI eyes glow, settle in the score. Gallows tree in every glitch and hum. Pose curse calls, the bottle's rum. Wall it up, but the yellow breaks through. Telltale meow, confessing to you. Like a cat bites, endless nights, ignite the fight. Black cat's shadow forever in sight. From that moment I loathed the beast. He avoided my presence, but I felt his gaze. Unblinking one-eyed stare, then came the second cat. Black as midnight, astray from the alley's code. A perfect image of Pluto. Save the white patch on his breast, a noose, a gallows in fur. I brought it home and it loved me fiercely. Rubbed against me, purred in the dark. But the patch twisted, the noose tightened. One night the wife called and the cat bit her. I seized an axe, aimed for its head, but she stopped me, so I buried it in her. Wall sealed the scream, the body hid, but the cat had vanished in the grid. Days passed, the house unquiet, but the AI glitch cats in the corners of the cam. Cops came knocking, routine call, but the walls left mortar and the yell began. Low at first, then swelling loud from behind the plaster. The black cat's vow, it led them straight to the deconcealed. The noose on its breast, the truth revealed. Black cat's shadow clawing at the door. AI eyes glow, settle in the score. Gallows tree in every glitch and hum. Pose curse calls, the bottles run. Wall it up, but the yellow breaks through. Telltale meow, confessing to you. Black cat bites, endless nights, ignite the fight. Black cat shadow haunts the light. Superstition, no perverseness, pure. The imp within that drew me to the deep. The cat's love turned to hate, mirror of my soul's black bleed. AI learned my sins, uploaded every fall. From the first gouge to the final wall. Pluto's ghost in pixels, the second cat's code. Revenge in the overload. No escape from the feline fiend in the smart home's endless screen. Post pen dips in my digital link. Black cat blinks on the brink. Your eyes is confessions fire. Gallows wait, the end's prior. my mind crack under the strain. Black shadow stalks, driving insane. From homely pet to harbinger grim, post tail ends where it begins in sin. The owl eternal in the wires it rings. Black cat's victory on digital wings. No one burden now, the soul's upload in the code's abyss. The gallows road. Black cat's shadow glowing at the door. AI eyes closed, settling the score. Gallows tree in every glitch and hum. Pose curse calls, the bottles run. Wall it up, but the old breaks through. Telltale meow, confessing to you. Black cat bites in the nights, ignite the fight. Black cat shadow forever inside. Screens flicker out, but the cat remains. Purr in the static, breaking chains. Black cat's curse in the heart it closed. Pose whisper, madness draws. Carnival masks hide the grudge so deep. Fortunato laughs, but revenge I keep. Amontillado calls from the vault's cold grip. Post trap snaps on this digital trip. The thousand injuries of Fortunato I had borne as I best could. But when he ventured upon insult, I vowed revenge. You, who so well know the nature of my soul, will not suppose, however, that I gave utterance to a threat. At length I would be avenged. This was a point definitely settled, but the very definitiveness with which it was resolved precluded the idea of risk. I must not only punish, but punish with impunity. A wrong is unredressed. When retribution overtakes its redresser, it is equally unredressed when the avenger fails to make himself felt as such to him who has done the wrong. It must be understood that neither by word nor deed had I given Fortunato cause to doubt my kindness. I continued, as was my wont, to smile in his face, and he did not perceive that my smile now was at the thought of his immolation. One evening during the supreme madness of the carnival season, that I encountered my friend. He accosted me with excessive warmth, for he had been drinking much, the Amontillado. I said, yes, the Amontillado. But is it not getting late? Will not they be awaiting us at the Palazzo? The Lady Fortunato and the rest. In paste, requiescat, wall up the vault, seal the fate. Fortunato screams, echo late. Cask of Amontillado, wine of lies. Pose revenge in the catacomb sky. Ling sing. Masons lay bricks in the VR night. Immured alive, out of sight. Cask of Amontillado, trust is dust. My friend took me by the hand and led me to his palazzo. He received me with a lavish display of cordiality. We passed through walls of piled bones, with casks and puncheons intermingling. I broke and thrust a torch into the niche. It is farther on, said I, but observe the white webwork which gleams from these cavern walls. He plunged into the crevice and committed himself to my guidance. I followed immediately. Soon the receded torchlight showed us the archway quay. The nighter, I said, see it increases. It hangs like moss upon the vaults. We are below the river's bed. The drops of moisture trickle among the bones. Come, he said with decision, we will go back. Your health is precious. In pace, requiescat, wall of the vault, seal the fate. Fortunato screams, echo late, cask of Amontillado, wine of lies, pose revenge in the catacomb sky. Masons lay bricks in the VR night, immured alive out of sight. Cask of Amontillado forever cast. I laid the first stone, then the second, and the third. He laughed in his drunkenness. The fourth row, his head appeared, and he listened in vain for reply. The voice said, the Amontillado. I replied, true. By the time I had completed the sixth tier, the torchlight no longer played upon his face. For half a century, no mortal has disturbed the catacomb. The body sits in its attitude of deep surprise. Bones at his feet, in VR's grip, the NFTs gleam. Fortunato's soul in the endless stream. Echoes of the carnival fade above, but down here it's the silence I love. Fortunato's ghost in the blockchain chain, vengeance coded, feel the pain. No escape from the vault's cold hold, Poe's tale told in digital gold. Break the final brick falls, the laughter dies, immured in code under full sky. In pace, requiescat, wall up the vault, seal the fate. Fortunato screams, echo late, cask of Amontillado, wine of lies, pose revenge in the catacomb Masons lay bricks in the VR night, immured alive out of sight. Cask of Amontillado, in us we trust. For the love of God, Montresor, but no reply. Poe's wall stands, eternally right. Click, click, bang, sing. Walls whisper secrets in the circuit's hum. Usher's domain where the shadows come. Sister's ghost in the data flow. House full slow in the undertow. During the whole of a dull, dark, and soundless day in the autumn of the year, When the clouds hung oppressively low in the heavens, I'd been passing alone, on horseback, through a singularly dreary tract of country, and at length found myself, as the shades of the evening drew on, within view of the melancholy house of Usher. I know not how it was, but with the first glimpse of the building, a sense of insufferable gloom pervaded my spirit. I looked upon the scene before me, upon the mere house, and the simple landscape features of the domain, upon the bleak walls, upon the vacant eye-like windows, upon a few rank sedges, and upon a few white trunks of decayed trees, with an utter depression of soul which I can compare to no earthly sensation more properly than to the after-dream of the reveler upon opium, the bitter lapse into everyday life, the hideous dropping off of the veil. There was an iciness, a sinking, a sickening of the heart, an unredeemed dreariness of thought which no goading of the imagination could torture into aught of the sublime. What was it? I paused to think. What was it that so unnerved me in the contemplation of the house of Usher? It was a mystery all insoluble, nor could I grapple with the shadowy fancies that crowded upon me as I pondered. It was possible, I reflected, that a merely personal and family evil had come upon the house of Usher. It was this deficiency I considered, and this gloom, which caused it to have so wild a look. The general furniture was profuse, comfortless, antique, and tattered. All this was in perfect keeping with the character of the family mansion. Roderick's mind wanders in the wireframe. Madeline's code corrupts the frame. Fall of the house of Usher, cracks in the code. Sister rises from the graves of old. Fissure wide in secret spill, pose ruin on the digital incest is cursing the family tree. Mansion crumbles, set us free. House breaks, stakes quake, awake. Fall of the house, eternal brink. I was by no means urged to reply, yet I felt that I must. The disease of the Lady Madeline had long baffled the skill of her physicians. A settled apathy, a gradual wasting away of the person, and frequent, although transient, affections of a partially cataleptical character were the unusual diagnosis. Roderick, nervous in the storm's electric rage, reads tales of the macabre, turning the page. Madeline buried premature in the vault below, but her heartbeat echoes in the afterglow. Scandal leaks, viral storm brews hot, incest whispers connecting the dots. The wind howled through the eaves, the lake mirrored the doom. House trembles, sealing the tomb. Fall of the house of Usher, cracks in the code. Sister rises from the graves of old. Fissure wide in secret spill, pose ruin on the digital incest is cursing the family tree. Mansion crumbles, set us free. House breaks, stakes quake, awake. Fall of the house, eternal brink. The storm intensified, lightning cracked the sky. Madeline's form at the door, ghastly cry. She falls upon Roderick, death's cold embrace. House splits wide in the lightning's trace. I flee the Fisher torn swallows the wreck. Usher's line ends in the black. Genetic code corrupted. Legacies fall. Poe's house crumbles, heeds the call. Echoes fade in the tarn's dark mirror. Survivor's guilt drawing nearer. Smart walls silent, servers cold and dead. Family's madness in my head. No redemption in the code's cruel game. Fall of Usher, whisper my name. Fisher claims all in the tempest's roar. Poe's end, forever our final fall of the house of Usher. Cracks in the cold. Sister rises from the graves abode. Fisher widen secrets spill. Pose a ruin on the digital hill. Incest is cursing the family tree. Mansion crumbles, set us free. House breaks, stakes quake, awake. Fall of the house in the depths we think. Tarn reflects the moon's pale light. Usher's ghost in the endless night. Cronus streams flow in the metaverse hall. Avatars dance, ignoring the fall. Red code bleeds through the firewall's gate. Poe's plague arrives, sealing their fate.
The Red Death had long devastated the region. Blood was its avatar and its seal, the redness and the horror of blood. There were sharp pains and sudden dizziness, and profuse bleedings at the pores with dissolution. The scarlet stains upon the body, and especially upon the face of the victim, with a pest ban which shut him out from the aid and from the sympathy of his fellow men. And while the whole country was wrapped in mourning, Prince Prospero entertained his 1,000 friends at a masked ball of the most unusual magnificence. He had a fine eye for colors and effects. He disregarded the decor of mere fashion. His plans were bold and fiery, and his conceptions glowed with the barrenness of useless discussion and design. The 8th or 9th portion, with every variety of device and pageantry which suited the wild dreams of the hour, was a deep and vivid crimson. But these other apartments were densely crowded, and in them beat feverishly the heart of life. And the life of the ebony clock went out with that of the last of the turned and confronted him. And now was acknowledged the presence of the Red Death. He had come like a thief in the night, and one by one fell the revelers. Darkness and decay, and the Red Death held illimitable dominion over all. The apartments were so irregularly disposed that the vision embraced but little more than one at a time. There was a sharp turn at every 20 or 30 yards, and some were grotesquely set. But in the western or black chamber, the effect of the firelight that streamed upon the dark hangings through the blood-tinted panes was ghastly. The panes here were scarlet, a deep blood color. No music here, only the clock's toll. Metaverse walls close, losing control. Red Death logs in, no logout code, overload verse 3. The courtiers, having entered, brought furnaces and massy hammers and plied at the bolts, but they found the doors barricaded from within, and then the party, having looked for the intruder, found him not. But the mummer had gone so far as to assume the type of the Red Death. The metaverse crashes, avatars freeze, pose end in the stream, on our knees. Now was acknowledged the presence of the Red Death. He spared not them, he spared not the mighty or the honored. He walked to and fro among them. Mask of the Red Death, crash the gate, glitch in the code, seal in our fate. Blood red avatar, dancing in the stream, pose plague and pixels, shatter the dream. Red Death, death spreads from blue to black. The room decay, clock strikes midnight, no escape today. Mask falls, calls the halls of halls. Mask of the Red Death, dominion of all. Red Death. Ebony clock fades to static hum. Red coat reigns, the party undone. Pose maskins in the void's embrace, illimitable and endless space. Red, fade to tread. Red, fade to tread. Take to tread. Iron walls closing the server's home. Pit yawns wide where shadows come. Pendulum swings in the data's glare. Post torture binds, no air to spare. The sentence, the dread sentence of death, was the last of distinct accentuation which reached my ears. After that, the sound of the inquisitorial voices seemed merged in one dreamy indeterminate hum. It conveyed to my soul the idea of revolution, perhaps from its association and fancy with the burr of a mill wheel. This only for a brief period, for presently I heard no more, yet for a while I saw. But with how terrible an exaggeration! I saw the lips of the black-robed judges. They appeared to me white, whiter than the sheet upon which I traced these words. And thin, even to grotesqueness, thin with the intensity of their expression of firmness, of immovable resolution, of stern contempt of human torture.
I saw that the decrees of what to me was fate were still issuing from those lips. I saw them ride with a deadly locution. I saw them fashion the syllables of my name, and I shuddered because no sound succeeded. The pit gates below, the blade descends slowly, eyes in the dark. Truth they know, no escape from the code's cold grip. Post dread in the server's script. Pin and pendulum swinging low. Truth blade cuts where secrets flow. Walls close tight in the digital cell. Post torture burns a living hell. Expose the lies, all fall to the deep. No savior comes, no secrets keep. Pin and pendulum, eternal I struggled no more, but the agony of my soul found vent in one loud, long, and final scream of despair. I felt that my senses were leaving me. The sentence, the dread sentence had passed, and then I swooned. When I awoke, I found myself here, in this darksome vault, surrounded by iron walls, and a pit whose depth I could not fathom. Above me swung the pendulum, its sweep growing wider, its edge sharper with each pass. The AI interrogated questions in loops, dissecting my mind, hacking my truths. Whistleblowers' files encrypted unscathed, souls lost in the code, reshaped. Pose pendulum swings in the void's embrace, forever trapped in this cursed space. Midnight scrolls through endless feeds, tapping at the screen, heart bleeds. Deep fake shadows dancing cold, lost love's ghost on memory's road. Whispers from the abstract cold. Quote the raven nevermore. Quote the raven nevermore. Uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now to still the beating of my heart I stood repeating to some visitor untreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor untreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is and nothing more. Quote the raven nevermore. Deep in the algorithms lie where the lost souls implore. Echoes of your voice, synthetic and soar, haunt my feet forevermore. Tapping through the night, blue light on the floor, lost in the loop, can't ignore. Quoth the raven nevermore. Back into the chamber, turning on my soul within me, burning soon again. I heard a tapping somewhat louder than before. Surely said I, surely that is something out my window lattice. Let me see then what there at is and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind and nothing more. Open here I flung the shutter when with many a flirt and flutter in their step to stately rain once it wore. Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou I said art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Deep in the algorithm's eye, where the lost souls implore, echoes of your voice in synthetic and soar, haunt my feet forevermore. Raven, nevermore. Tapping through the night, blue light on the floor, lost in the loop, can't ignore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. But the raven sitting lonely on the pallet bust of Pallas still is sitting on the pallet bust of Pallas just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws a shadow on the floor. And my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. Deepfakes flicker, love's a glitch, pixels bleed into the switch, paranoia's viral twitch in the raven's endless pitch. No escape from the haunt, no delete for the taunt. Lenor's face in every font, forevermore does fawn. Scrolls of sorrow now unending, raven's code relentlessly sending messages of loss encrypted in the core. Will you leave me, I implore, as the notifications pour. But the bird replies with silence, perched forever at the door. Will I find you in the static, or just echoes of the war? Of the raven, nevermore. And the raven never flitting, still is sitting on the pallet bust of Pallas just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws a shadow on the floor. And my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Deep in the algorithm's eye, where the lost souls implore, echoes of your voice, synthetic and soar, haunt my feet forevermore, forevermore, nevermore. Tapping through the night, the light on the floor, lost in the loop, can't ignore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Midnight fades to dawn's cold gleam, but the raven's in my stream. Lenor's ghost in every meme, endless dream. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Pulse quickens in the data stream. Smartwatch ticks, haunts my dream. Vengeful lie in every ping. Bury the beat, but it's distancing. True. Nervous, very, very dreadfully nervous. I had been and am, but why will you say that I am mad? The disease had sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all was the sense of hearing acute. I heard all things in the heaven and in the earth. I heard many things in hell. How then am I made? Hear and observe how healthily, how calmly I can tell you the whole story. It is impossible to say how first the idea entered my brain, but once conceived, it haunted me day and night. Passion, there was none. I loved the old man. He had never wronged me. He had never given me insult. For his gold I had no desire. I think it was his eye. Yes, it was this. He had the eye of a vulture, a pale blue eye with a film over it. Whenever it fell upon me, my blood ran cold, and so by degrees, very gradually, I made up my mind to take the life of the old man, and thus rid myself of the eye forever. Pray. Now this is the point, you fancy me mad, no, nothing, but you should have seen me. You should have seen how wisely I proceeded, with what caution, with what foresight, with what dissimulation I went to work. Her watch sinks silent, but the beat breaks through. Digital gravy, but the pulse renews. The telltale pulse, it beats beneath the floorboards of my mind. Notifications chime, her heart I can unwind.
woman's heartbeat, my ex, tracked in her watch synced to my app. Every night for 7 long nights at midnight, I opened her door and put it in my head. Then, when the data synced, I saw it, her pulse, steady, mocking from the screen. It was her notifications that vexed me, and every morning I spoke courageously to her, inquiring how she had passed the night. But the data increased my fury as the beating of her pulse grew. It was a low, dull, quick sound, as a watch in cotton. I knew it was her heart. It increased my fury like a drum to a soldier. Upon the 8th night, the data's intensity grew my fury. I foamed, I raved, the pulse stopped, but for minutes it continued to beat upon my heart. The telltale pulse, it beats beneath the floorboards of my mind. Notifications shine, her heart I can't unwind. Louder, faster through the night, her data's endless fight. Buried deep out, it screams alive. The digital night pulse, pulse, never hushed. No telltale pulse, you cannot lie. Her beat makes me die. Hunt out tracks, no turning back. Attack the hack, a telltale pulse, forever thrives. I worked hastily in silence, buried the watch beneath the planks. No stain, no blood, but hark, louder, louder villains, I shrieked. I admit the deed, tear up the blades. It is her heart. The data floods back, unkillable, guilt's loop bay. Officers greet, but the pulse rises from under feet. I pace, laugh, but it swells to knees. Buried deep, notifications mock. Louder it grows, confession spills. The eye vexes no more, but the heart haunts in the cloud. Her rhythm plays eternal pre-war. No silence, the beat confesses. Digital ghost in wireless hell. Matter not, post-truth tells. The telltale pulse, it beats beneath the floorboards of my mind. Notifications chime, her heart I cannot unwind. Louder, faster through the night, her data's endless fight. Buried deep out, it screams alive in the digital night. Pulse, pulse, never hushed. Telltale pulse, you cannot lie. Her beat makes me die. Heart tracks, no turning back. Attack the hack, surrounds, all forever thrums. Screens dark, pulse remains.